Every day is a new challenge. You got things you got to figure out, things you got to do, places you want to be, people you want to meet, things you want to see. Sometimes your focus, your adrenaline, your motivation is different than others, but you got to keep pushing. Today is like every day really is a new day. At the same time, just think where you were, where you're headed. Look at the positive, look at the upside. Sometimes I sit back and I'm like, man, I went through what I would call storms. But if it wasn't for them storms, I wouldn't even be where I'm at. And people see it and think, oh, he went through that unscathed. People see things on you that they want to use to their benefit. And you're like, what? You don't understand what I just went through? You wasn't with me. You wasn't there. But now you want to capitalize. You see my potential. You see my gains. How could that benefit you? A lot of times, especially in certain relationships, you'll think about people that want that. They look at you, they aspire to be you, they want to copy you, but they don't want to put in that work that you put in to get where you at. So therefore, what I say is stay true to your course. Don't deteriorate. Don't distract yourself. Don't change your directions to appease anyone. Make them feel good about their position. Just keep doing what you've been doing because you know how you got where you at. A lot of things I look back on life now and I just, I chuckle, I smile, I laugh because if it wasn't for certain circumstances, it wouldn't have been what it is today. And each step was a stepping stone, a chance to grow, a chance to make difference in my life. So therefore, I'm impactful in other people's life. And it's hard sometimes being that go-to guy. It's hard sometimes being that person that's very wise, have a wealth of knowledge that people want to talk to. People want to pick your brain, but sometimes you give information that if you would give yourself the information that you give to others, your position in life would be different because you have this helping spirit around you. People don't see that. Everyone wants for gain, no one's for lose. Everyone wants to gain. No one wants to lose. I mean, that's natural. You don't want to go into a game where you're gonna lose. You don't want to gamble on something knowing you're gonna lose, but losing is part of the battle. A loss is not a lesson. Everything you go through, every experience leads up to triumph. But it's hard to tell people that, or it's hard to see it when you in it. But when you come out of it, it's like, man, I never thought in a million years that I would be in the position that I'm in now. I never saw this 10 years ago or 5 years ago or however long it take you to get to where you trying to go. Some people just don't see it. And vision is the visionary aspect of being a person and being able to see what you got in front of you. That's hard for some people to say, hey, see it. For me, I just sit back sometimes, man, and I'm like, you know what? This is where it's at. This is what I've done. This is what I'm gonna do. This is my focus. This is my journey. Everybody ain't gonna see it the way I see it, but I see it the way it worked for me. And everyone around me stand to benefit if it worked. I used to tell my wife all the time, like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. And we'll have conversations about it. And it's like, there's so many different things that you want to try. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep on swinging that bat till I get a good lick. And that's really what life is. You keep swinging that bat till you get a good lick. You don't want to foul ball. You don't have to have a home run. You can have a base hit. That base hit is proof of concept for whatever it is that you're thinking about or whatever you're attempting. Just to get a base hit, that's enough to keep you going. To get a 2 run, that's enough to keep you going. You get a home run, it's like, hey, I'm all in. You put all your cards on the deck, put all your chips on the table, I'm all in. Again, everyone hustle is different. Everyone drive is different. Everyone's motivation is different. So therefore, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you got to understand that as long as you're doing what you need to do for your purpose or for your sanity, for your heart, anything else that comes from it is a benefit to people around you. And I've always, think about people around me, but not necessarily focus so much on them that I lose a spot of my position. And the one time that I did do that, it cost me a lot, but it didn't cost me a lot financially. It cost me a lot from a mental aspect. Because sometimes you want people to be what you are to them, but the truth is, 90% of the time they won't be what you are to them. They'll never be what you are to them because their motivation, their whatever drives them is different from what drives you. Like for me, I could be sitting in front of people with 2 nickels in my pocket. You'll think, oh, he's straight, he's straight. I'm gonna carry myself in the same manner whether I got it or I don't. It ain't for you to see, it's for me to know. And certain life lessons that we talk about or we go through, and people are just like, you know what? That guy got it. He's on it. And uh, life lessons, man, you look back at certain things, certain aspects of life, and you think about, you know what? It's crazy how I got here and all the stuff that I went through to get here. What led to this is more like, damn, he done that. So when I started, when the thought hit me, I was praying for certain things in life, praying to God, and I'm saying, you know what, God, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want. And when it hit me, or I dreamed about it, it was more like, this is the path you need to be on. This is what you need to be doing. So therefore, I just took that as a notion to say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep driving. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep looking for opportunity because opportunity is really the key. A lot of times, I think about certain things and certain situations, and it's like, you know what, that could have worked better than what it did. That could have been better than what it did. But it's more of I'm just in a position where I gotta think about positive of what's coming. So sometimes I just, I sit back and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't care what nobody think. I don't care how nobody feel. I ain't doing this for nobody. I'm doing this for me because if I ain't straight, everybody else fucked up. Pardon my French. But when I say that, is I'm talking more so about everybody around me. Uh, it's impactful. And when you're in a relationship, whether it's business, whether it's personal, whether it's a romantic relationship, you think about other people. If you got a genuine conscience and a genuine heart, you think about other people and how your implications or things can impact them. Sometimes you got to take the risk. I remember my grandfather saying, you never have nothing in life if you don't take a chance. And there are many chances that I took. Didn't work out the way that I wanted to, but at the same time, it worked out. I learned. There's a lesson. I paid whatever I paid and got whatever I got, but it was like college tuition. I might have not left with a degree, but I got a certificate. You know, I learned something invaluable because I don't want to look up and I'm 60 years old feeling the way I'm feeling, thinking about the things that I'm thinking about, and then turn around. It's like, you know what? You should have done this, you should have done that. Or I never experienced that, and I'm 60 years old now going through shit that I should have went through when I was 30 or 40, you know. And that's the way life works sometimes, man. Sometimes people think, it's all about n- not paying attention to the time and trying to expedite and get somewhere quick. So, I mean, when you read the book, The Tortoise and the hare always won the race. Or, excuse me, the tortoise always wins the race because it's constant, it's steady. The hare is going to be rapid. It's like really running a physical race, a marathon. If someone is running for a period of time and they want to sprint and then they want to coast, they want to sprint and they want to coast, you're going to burn out. But if you just coast on through, got it. And that's the game of life. That's how it is. That's what you got to do. So again, this is me really putting this out there. I'm having this conversation with myself in my head, getting these reps in, testing out a new microphone, hoping that my sound quality is better because at some point I'm gonna really start diving into the creative aspect of talking to people and I'm gonna be more structured and not over the place and rambling. But I'm gonna have a thought, I have a topic, and we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna get it out because I'm doing this really for me, but I'm hoping what I'm doing for me is helping someone else. If I help one person with this, I've done what I'm supposed to do. My blessing will come from that. God to see fit that, hey, you have the potential to reach a lot of people that haven't heard what they're hearing from you or perspective that they're getting from you that you never or that they never heard. So even like we don't live in a perfect world. So like some people will sit here and have a podcast, have a YouTube channel, and they try to edit out all the imperfections. I'm not doing that. It's gonna be raw, uncut. You're not getting it edited. If it is edited, it's like music in the beginning or commercial or something like that. But it ain't gonna be whatever words I'm stumbling on or when I pause for too long, like nah. Because in that moment, if you're sitting in front of me and we having a conversation, guess what? We're having that conversation and you're listening and we're engaged, we're locked in. So we're having a dialogue that is reflective upon the atmosphere that we in. And that's what it's about for me. So with that being said, I'm gonna close this one out because as I progress and get these reps, I'm gonna continue to try to lengthen the time, but be lengthening the time, I gotta be more structured in this endeavor with writing down what I'm gonna discuss, what I'm talking about, things that's on my brain and not just rambling because I don't want to miss the point. I don't want nobody to get confused because only I understand what I understand, especially when I'm speaking. But if I'm not the one that's just speaking, without any kind of structure, you're gonna look or listen to it and say, you know what, I'm lost. I'm freaking lost. So therefore, let's keep doing what we're doing. This for me, I don't know today's date, but at some point maybe this will be something that, you know, I release and say, hey, this is me in the beginning. This is how I sounded in the beginning. This is, what it was like in the beginning. And you can see my progression because that's me being vulnerable. That's me wanting this for people around me to see what else is going on. So it's me, Kevin B. That's it.